we are not as important or as good as we think we are, and that's okay. While we are constantly encouraged to value ourselves and our uniqueness, we often fall prey to inflated notions of our own importance. With its curated images of success, social media amplifies this self-perception, reinforcing the idea that we are unique, extraordinary, and deserving of universal admiration. But deep down, many of us grapple with the gnawing fear that we are not as great or exceptional as we project, or even as we want to believe. In fact, this realization that we are neither as important nor as good as we think can be liberating. What truly matters is not how special we are, but whether we do our best with the talents and opportunities we have. That, ultimately, is enough. From an early age, we are told to dream big, aim high, and believe in ourselves. There's nothing inherently wrong with this message. Ambition can propel us forward, and self-belief is often a prerequisite for achievement. However, when the narrative becomes too one-sided, it skews our understanding of success and value. We start equating our worth with accolades, fame, or the approval of others, believing that we must leave a grand legacy or change the world to matter. Yet, if we step back and look at the broader picture, we see that the world is indifferent to most of us. The vast majority of human beings who have ever lived are forgotten. The civilizations they built, the languages they spoke, and the achievements they celebrated have faded into the background of history. This might seem like a bleak thought, but it's a humbling reminder of the transience of individual importance. Our society often magnifies the achievements of a select few, great leaders, artists, thinkers, making it easy to forget that even these luminaries are temporary in the grand scheme of things. Let's take an example of the ancient civilizations of Mesopotamia, or the once mighty empires of Persia and Rome. The rulers of those times were as convinced of their significance as we are of ours today, yet they are now reduced to footnotes in history books, their names and deeds known only to a few scholars. Today's so-called greats may meet a similar fate in another few centuries, and if that is true for them, how much more so for us? But does this mean that our lives are meaningless? Far from it. What it does mean is that we are placing too much importance on how the world sees us, or how we think the world should see us. It is a myth that we need to be important, to be worthwhile. What we truly need is to contribute meaningfully, not by grand standards, but by doing our best in the little corner of life we inhabit. Not only do we tend to overestimate our importance, but we often overestimate our goodness as well. Most people believe themselves to be fundamentally good. We think we are kind, just, and fair. This belief, though comforting, can be a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it reinforces positive behavior. On the other, it can prevent us from acknowledging our flaws and growing as individuals. Psychologists call this the self-serving bias, the tendency to view ourselves in an unrealistically favorable light. Studies have shown that when asked to rate their moral behavior, most people rank themselves above average. Yet logically, not everyone can be above average. This suggests that many of us walk around with an inflated sense of our virtue. Recognizing that we are not as good as we think is not meant to inspire despair or self-loathing. Instead, it offers an opportunity for self-awareness and growth. When we realize that we have blind spots, areas where we might be selfish, inconsiderate, or less than virtuous, we give ourselves the chance to improve. The truth is, no one is perfect, and that's okay. What matters is that we strive to be better.